bro, October had to be one of the busiest months of my entire life. Like, I feel like I didn't have I feel like I blinked and it was over. I think everybody else, all my friends on here know that it was like that for everybody, bro. Wow. I can't believe it's November. Anyway, I'm on here just to do a tiny little album update. I'm in the songs are written, honestly. I want to post more clips of, me going through this sort of finalization process, just to give you guys some teasers of what the songs sound like. I want to describe it sonically, but honestly, I think that should just be left to the interpretation of the listener. Again, more clips will be coming soon. I'm going to film the parts of this finalization process, because most of the songs are already made. I honestly have too many songs for this album. I'm sitting on 17 tracks right now that are all like contenders. And so, one of a few things is going to happen. Either, I'm going to drop the album as a 17-song album, or I am going to, cut the tracks down and do it as a much shorter album, and just those ones will just end up in the vault or whatever, put them out as singles later. Or I might do a shorter cut down version of the album as the initial release, and then maybe a deluxe album, because I've never done a deluxe album, which I think would be kind of cool. And for this project in particular, I think it would be fitting, just because it is something I am so excited about. I mean, I haven't been this hype about dropping music in a while, and that's how you're supposed to feel. Like, you should be like lit. Like, I'm so excited to drop this music, and so anyway, but I have a couple features I'm trying to make happen. It is just a hectic, busy time, and so trying to get everybody on there, that I would like to. We'll see how quickly we can make it happen in the timeline that I'm trying to make it happen. To be honest, I'm not going to give a release date officially yet, just because I want things to be a little more finalized, but I'm shooting for the beginning of next year for this project to drop. So very soon, I mean, these next few months are going to pass like that. And so anyway, but these artists that I am working with, I intend to hopefully get some footage of that process of, conceptualizing, talking with them, chopping it up, shed some light on what they do as well in that process, and show the working process of, how I'm putting things together and how I am making things happen. But anyway, the mission of this project can be summed up very simply in that, it is a perfect combination of where my humanity meets my faith, and I'm walking in that in my life right now. I've been walking in that in my life over pretty much my entire life. And, it can be summed up as reconnecting with my mission of why I originally started making music, which was to inspire people, to uplift people, to help you see the light that's inside of you, to show people that, like, there's no competition in this, man. We're creating art, and if you're really in it for the art, like, that's what we're doing. I want to see all of my friends on here win, and I want to see people who have never done this before, never touched a keyboard or anything, who dream of doing it. I want to be that spark for somebody, because when I started, I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm completely self-taught even to this day. So like I said, I say this a lot, but if you like my music, if you think it's cool, use me as an example that anything is possible. If you just put in the time and the work, you can accomplish it. You can become an artist, and I've already accomplished more than I ever thought I could ever do. And so this project really is that re-establishment of that mission of, I feel like God put me on this earth to make art that uplifts people. And also, I want to tell my story through this project, and talk about all the ways in which I feel that God has created such an intricate, beautiful, incredible story out of me, and continues to make an example out of me as I grow and change and evolve into the person that I am, and the last thing I'll leave you with is this sort of mantra of the album, which is really, it is not my job to control where this goes, how big this takes off, how my music is received. I let God do the miracles and I do the groundwork. And that is that is the deal that we have going, right? Like, I can only focus on what I can control, which is getting better, improving myself. I watched a TikTok recently that was talking about that. It was like, stop trying to prove yourself and instead start focusing on improving yourself. And I think this album encapsulates that, but it also tells so many of the stories of the struggles I've gone through this past year. There's also just some fun tracks on it. It's a great combination of just everything that life has been, throwing me through, I guess, over the past couple of years, and just great music, man. Like, I'm excited for these songs, and it's a hip hop album for sure. I know my last one was a lot more melodic, and this one is too, but it's back to the roots at the same time. And I think it's a great combination of, the old and new me, sonically. And so, anyway, just wanted to give a little update. I really appreciate all of you guys who have supported the songs that have come out recently. Just to quickly describe sonically too, Friends, the song that came out pretty recently, is very much the vibe that I'm going for on this whole album. There's this low-key hype to it, the whole time. It's like you could hear these songs, like you could vibe to them and like get lit, or you could also like play them in the background and they're like chill at the same time. So I'm going for this really like cool mesh of like, different vibes. There's a lot more R&B influence to this hip-hop sound that I'm creating on this project. And so anyway, really looking forward to giving you guys more information, but I need to finalize a few more things and get a better handle on where I'm going with it. But we're on the home stretch, if you will, and I'm super excited to share with you guys. So stay tuned, and peace.